Hi guys, my name's Andrew and today we're going to be going over a beginner-friendly push day. One detail that I think a lot of beginners would benefit from learning is that you should structure your workouts so that the exercises that are most important to you are at the start of your workout. So for me personally, I'm working on growing my chest right now, so I started out with this flat machine chest press. This exercise is going to target the middle and lower chest. And for this, I normally like to stay in a 6 to 8 rep range, and then I do 3 sets of that. But anytime where I'm consistently getting 8 reps, that's how I know that it's time for me to up the weight, so that I can keep on progressing. And you can see here, these last few reps are a real struggle, and I like that. I feel like that lets me know that I'm progressing and actually working hard. It's not important to take every set to failure, but I think that's good to do every now and then. So here you can see I just cannot get this weight up. And if your gym doesn't have this machine, you could do a flat bench press or dumbbell bench press, or if you're at home, just a simple push-up. Next, I move into shoulders. I like to structure my workout so that I don't do exercises for the same body part again and again, like in a row, just because I feel like that makes me get fatigued quicker in that body part. So this is kind of a little break for my chest. This right here is a machine shoulder press. You can see that I'm actually using the front handles. They're not really handles. They don't have grips like the ones on the back do. But for me, this is more comfortable. And I've talked to an employee about it, and they said that it shouldn't be an injury risk at all. So this is a nice reminder to just do what feels best, even if maybe the machine isn't set up for it. Machines aren't always set up for people of all the same body types. This is another one that I like to do the 6 to 8 rep range. And then if your gym doesn't have this machine, there are many great alternatives like a dumbbell shoulder press. Next, I moved on to the Smith Machine incline bench press. This is going to target the upper chest. And I like the Smith Machine a lot, especially for beginners, because you can re-rack the weight at any time. So even if I failed at the bottom half of the movement, I could lock the bar back in and get out. Whereas if I were to do a normal bench press that way, then I would be trapped under the bar unless I had someone spotting me. So yeah, for this one, I stayed in that 6 to 8 rep range. And you can see these last few reps are very slow just because I was really tired. And with the Smith Machine, I felt comfortable enough to push myself, which I might not have done on a regular incline bench press. And then as for alternatives for this movement, a lot of people prefer a dumbbell incline bench press because you can get a deeper stretch on that. For me, I prefer this just because of the stability, and I don't know, it just feels nice. Next, I moved on to a machine shoulder fly. This is a great exercise for the medial head of the shoulder. The shoulder press we did earlier, that targets the front head. And then the posterior head of the shoulder, that's going to be targeted by a rear delt fly, but I typically do those on my back days. So as you can see here, I go a little bit over the 6 to 8 rep range, and I actually do some partial reps here just to make sure I can squeeze out every little bit of effort that I have. And then this can be done with dumbbells too, to the same effect. Next, I moved on to probably my favorite chest exercise, not because it's any better than the ones we've been talking about, but just because I personally enjoy it. This is the chest fly. This is what helps build striations in the chest. And you can see here I have a slight bend in my elbows. That's just going to make sure that I can get the deepest stretch possible at the bottom of that movement. And then I try to keep the bend consistent throughout my lift, as if I were to bend my arms, then it would become more of a bicep movement. But you can see here I'm really struggling towards the end. And I do break form a little bit, but that's all right when you're just focused on pushing yourself. And an alternative for this would be a dumbbell chest fly. I will say, though, this does have a potentially high injury risk. So just make sure that you're using weight that you can comfortably handle. Maybe start low and then work your way up, just to make sure that there's no risk of injury. And then personally, I like to do my tricep exercises on my back day because I feel that if I do triceps the same day that I do chest, my triceps are going to give out before my chest does on most of my chest movements. But I know that a lot of people enjoy having their push days be all of their pushing movements. So the most important thing for tricep growth is to have one exercise where you're pushing the weight down. This can be any form of push down. You can use a rope attachment or just a simple bar. And then one exercise where you're extending the weight above your head. So this could be skull crushers, which are a lot less scary than they sound, or a JM press is another great one for these. But yeah, that's a complete chest day, a complete push day. You can make adjustments, find whichever exercises you like the most, whatever it's going to keep you in the gym the most consistently. I find that works the best. I know it sounds surprising. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, and thank you for watching.